Good evening and welcome to the August 28, 2017 meeting of the Florissant City Council. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll. That would be good.
Siam. Lee. Jones. Egan. Caputa. Shildroth.
Here.
Hankey's absent. Pagano.
Here.
Parson.
The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Are there any corrections or additions to the meeting minutes of August 14th, 2017? Hearing none, Councilman Lee moves to approve the minutes, seconded by Mr. Siam. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The meeting minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda is hearing from citizens. This is a time to speak to the council on any issue not necessarily on the agenda this evening. Please remember that this is not a question and answer period, but we would be happy to stay after the meeting and talk with you then. The first speaker will be Paul Manganelli. Good evening.
Ready? Paul Manganelli, 1600 Estes. Just want to come up here and get something off my chest. No, I'm just kidding. We had one of our best food truck nights about a week and a half ago. Again, I think partly due to the help from the city, and I just want to say thank you. The Knights are very grateful for all that the city does for them with the different things that we do there, and the citizens should be proud of the city too because of the support that it gives for everybody, for all the different organizations. It's not just us or just a couple, but I do see that. And just want to recognize that for all the people at home and everybody here. But again, thanks a lot. And again, it was one of our best events to date.
Thank you. Joshua Polsky. Good evening.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you again. Josh Polsky, 748 Loki's Drive, Florissant, Missouri, 63031. I didn't know who to talk to or whose ward it's in, but at Family Video on Hottershell, there's been a downed tree limb that's kind of blocking one of the exits. It's been sitting there for a while. It's actually dead now at this point, so I didn't know who to address that with. Okay. And I just wanted to say I really appreciate the job you guys are doing, and I get tired of people saying negative things about Florissant and about the councilman and the mayor, so I just want to say I appreciate the job you guys are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is communications, of which there are none, and we will move on to public hearings. We have public hearing number 1707018.
Notice is hereby given in accordance with Section 405.135 of the Florissant City Code, the zoning ordinance as amended, that a public hearing will be held by the City Council of the City of Florissant in St. Louis County, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, August 28, 2017 at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition. To issue an amendment to B5 ordinance number 7582 to allow for exterior alterations, including a blade sign for the property located at 1232 Graham Road. Citizens and parties of interest will have an opportunity to be heard at said public hearing. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TDD 839-5142.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? Yes. Do you want to come up, please? Any of you have any papers that you want to put on the overhead for the design? Or did you? We have them, but just for the audience, if you.
Yeah, I don't. I can maybe borrow one of yours. Name is Jim Sprick, S-P-R-I-C-K, 200 Center on the Lake, Lake St. Louis, 63367. representing Long John Silver's and A&W.
Thank you.
Would you like to see the,
Yeah, we'll just lay it on there.
that's the store currently, and then what I'm going to put up is what we propose. We're proposing to put this other stuff is actually already done. The blade is what we're looking to get approval on. It's an extension of the building, and it just pretty much goes up. It's standard with all the A&W franchisees coast to coast.
There we go. Mr. Jones?
Yeah, on the right-hand side of the building near the rear, up top, does the brick color change any?
The brick does not change.
Okay.
What you see right there is the way the building exists right now. If I can.
And I guess hours of operation are all gonna stay the same, dumpster in the same place still. You know, the only thing I could really try to push on you is to see a dumpster, a small trash can outside them doors when they come in and out. Would be nice to see, and we're just not doing this with you guys or requesting it. We're trying to do this with all our fast foods and restaurants in our city. For people going in and out instead of throwing it outside their car, it'd be nice to see a trash can on the sides of them doors.
Okay, we can do that. We do have trash cans immediately exiting the doors, 2 of them on your right-hand side, the ones that you normally see with the holes that,
Sure.
you know, but we can put one up there for sure.
Yeah, we would hope you would. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Caputa?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Is this a franchise restaurant or a corporate?
This franchise.
Franchise, or hopefully, I was there a couple months ago and they ran out of food. Ran out of food completely. Then one time I went back there, they ran out of soda. So I don't know, hopefully you can talk to the managers and get their orders in place to get them on a regular basis.
The manager that was there when you visited the restaurant is now, we promoted him to a customer. So he is no, longer there, and we
Okay.
hired a very good manager from Pizza Hut.
Okay,
So,
good, good. All right, so basically the only thing you're doing is just putting the A&W sign up on it, correct?
that's correct.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
I just have a question. Is the pole sign going to remain just Long John Silver's, or are you going to put A&W on the pole sign that's out there?
The pole sign will include A&W, but the face doesn't. We're just changing the face.
Face.
So half of it, the upper half will be Long John Silver's, and the lower half will be A&W. But the square footage and everything's the
Is
same.
the same? All
Yes.
right, perfect, thank you. Mr. Parson?
Madam President, you just beat me to the punch on my question. I had the same question.
Cold
Great
mugs.
minds think alike.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have the cold mugs from the,
Yes, we have cold mugs and a chiller standing right there for you.
Mr. Childreth?
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for appearing before us, Mr. Sprick. Since you and your partner acquired the property, I think in '09, you guys really have turned it around, and I know you have a lot of experience in this business. You have another store on the Rock Road, but this is one of your better stores, correct? We were talking before the meeting.
Correct. Very good store.
And addition to A&W to Florissant is great. You know, you get people asking me periodically about different stores, why we don't have them. It's a pretty busy thoroughfare into our city. You're going to have the Siteman Cancer Center across the street, and Starbucks is redoing their place right now. You guys have a nice building. I read recently where you're getting involved with the community more, which is great. And I appreciate you thinking about Florissant and selecting A&W to come here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for that very
We
much.
enjoyed Florissant. It's a great city for us. It's a great store. I own 22 of these stores, and this is one of our better ones. And we're going to have a nice grand opening. John Hewlett, who's the voice of the Cardinals, will be there doing some live remotes for us. So it'll be good for the city of Florissant. I appreciate all your help with this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mayor?
So one of my fondest memories from childhood is riding my bike down to Woodson Road in Overland. They had a little small A&W stand there with nickel root beers in a frozen mug. So I was just wondering if you're going to have those nickel root beers in a frozen mug.
We'll have the frozen mug and the root beer. I don't know if it'll be a nickel.
Well,
But
Maybe for the grand opening.
I'm going to make that a bicycle destination.
one factoid is I have another store on the Rock Road. We make our root beer every day, fresh every day. That's a requirement from the franchisor.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this? Hearing none. Councilman Childress moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilman Parson. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. This public hearing is now closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have public hearing number 1707019.
Notice is hereby given in accordance with Chapter 410020 of the Florissant Code of Ordinances, the subdivision ordinance as amended, that a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, City of Florissant, St. Louis County, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, August 28, 2017, at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition: to approve a final subdivision plat of St. Sophia dividing one lot into two lots for the property located at 936 Charbonneir Road. Citizens and parties of interest will have an opportunity to be heard at said public hearing. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TD 839-5142.
Is the petitioner present? Good evening. You want to come up? Good evening.
Good evening. Steve Lowney with Cochran, New Haven, Missouri, 63068. Basically, there's a 12-acre parcel that St. Sophia sits on, and they're dividing into two approximately 6-acre parcels.
Councilman Egan?
Make sure I'm clear on this. You're not asking for any zoning changes on this. You're just subdividing the.
Strictly splitting it into two parcels, not doing any zoning change at all.
Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I was told by Mr. Woodard, Tim's father, it'd be $1 million putting in, is that correct?
I don't know what they're proposing to do with the property at all. I've just been employed to split the property for them.
Okay, thanks for your info.
No one else? All right. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this? Seeing none, Councilman Egan moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Mr. Caputa. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Public hearing is now closed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public hearing number 1707020.
In accordance with Section 405-310 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, August 28, 2017, at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition: to authorize a special permit for a digital sign for the property located at 2040 North Highway 67. Citizens and parties of interest will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TDD 839-5142.
Thank you. Is the petitioner present? Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Garrett Newhouse. I'm with Ziegler Sign Company, Washington, Missouri, 63090. This evening, owner of this facility is proposing to get rid of the existing Crown Car Wash sign, which we've already got approval for the top sign replacement. But we'd like to get rid of the changeable letter cabinet and replace that with an LED message board. I'd like to kind of upgrade to compete with some of the other facilities out there that have these, and of course, a little more of a safety issue trying to change the letters out.
Councilman Caputa?
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, is that going to be like a marquee sign? I mean, are you going to advertise specials or, you know, weather, on how the weather is, if you're closed, open, on that
Sure.
bottom part?
Yeah, weather will be on there, just some car wash notifications, you know, specials, stuff like that. But it will have the weather and temperature. Yeah, weather and temperature.
Yeah, we'll have just whatever our monthly specials are up there, weather and that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be opposed to using it for our city messages, if there are certain messages that the city wanted to have up there. Would not be an issue whatsoever. Actually, I'd welcome it so that people would look at it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. That's all I have, thank you.
Mr. Jones?
Yeah, you guys are new owners, correct?
New owner, correct.
You guys own these elsewhere in any cities, or?
Correct, yes, sir. My name's Phil Hurl, but I'm the owner of it, and I also own Manning's old Phillips 66 right down the road. The Phillips with the concrete canopy and all down there.
Yeah.
So our original site is out in Ellisville, Missouri, but we also have a site in Oakville and one in U City and one in Rock Hill.
Okay, car washes only, or gas stations with car washes, or both?
Yeah, 4 of the 5 are just car wash only. They're all full-service car wash where we vacuum and wipe them down and everything. And then there's one in Ellisville that's a mobile on the run with a quick lube in it also.
Okay, great. I know this thing is, that car wash, existing one, has been there, I think since we all been kids, so we're glad to see it get updated, and welcome to our city, guys.
Thank you. I think most of the stuff from when you were kids was in there, and we've gotten rid of it, and so we've got a lot more work to do, but there's a lot of great employees there. So I went there as a kid. I grew up and went to St. Sabina.
Oh, great.
So I would go there with my grandmother as a kid. So I've been trying to buy it for probably 15 years, and if you know the previous owner, it took some work to get it done, but we got
We'll
it done.
be having cars in the back too, waxing and all that stuff, or are you guys gonna do that?
So we'll do some detail work, but it'll be on the side there. So we're trying to just clean it up. It's going to need some work.
Okay.
But we will be doing some small detail work, but nothing, you know, we've got to leave those lanes open so that we can get cars in there easier. So that's what we're cleaning up.
No nickel A&W root beers or nothing like that, huh?
No, there's none of there's no nickel A&W root beers. But
We
do
thought
have
we'd give it a
dog
shot,
wash.
man. All right, thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parson?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I don't know if you're aware, but that area of Lindbergh is kind of a congested area. I know you guys are putting a sign there, but I'm kind of concerned about maybe it being a distraction for people as they're driving up and down that street. Is there going to be like flashing specials or anything like that that would be a distraction, or what can you do to
So
kind
the
of?
code, I believe the code, because we have one in U City and we have one in Oakville, and we'll follow the same standards. So there are no flashing signs or anything like, or flashing images. There can't be any motion images to where it would look like a TV screen or something like that. So basically just kind of text that you would see up there that say the special, it'll stay for like 10 seconds and then go to the next text.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this? Mr. Lum.
Further answer Mr. Parsons' question, the Planning and Zoning Commission has been very consistent about requesting that there be static images for 10 seconds with no effects between the static images. And so that's in the ordinance.
Thank you. Seeing no further comments, Councilman Siam moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Mr. Childress. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. This public hearing is closed. Thank you. Congratulations on getting them. The next item on the agenda is old business. The first item under old business is second readings. We have Bill number 9301. Councilman Siam moves for a second reading, seconded by myself. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance amending Title III, Schedule 3, stop intersections, subsection 3B, two-way stops by adding the intersection of Aqueduct and Hambletonian.
Councilman Siam moves for a third reading, seconded by Mr. Jones. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance amending Title III, Schedule 3, stop intersections, subsection 3B, two-way stops by adding the intersection of Aqueduct and Hambletonian.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Siam? Lee? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Thank you. Absent. Pagano?
Yes.
Parson?
Yes.
Bill number 9301 passes and becomes ordinance number 8341. The next item on the agenda is new business. The first item in new business is board appointments. Councilman Parson?
Yes, Madam President. I would like to reappoint Debbie Bryant to the Citizens Participation Commission.
All right, seconded by myself. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The appointment is made. Nope. Okay. We'll move on to first readings. Bill number 9303.
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to B5 ordinance number 7582 to allow for the exterior alterations, including blade sign for the property located at 1232 Graham Road.
Bill number 9304.
Ordinance to approve the final subdivision plat of St. Sophia, dividing one lot into two lots for the property located at 936 Charbonneir Road.
Bill number 9305.
Ordinance to authorize a special permit for a digital sign for the property located at 2040 North Highway 67.
Bill number 9306.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $200 from account number 5062100 golf course uniforms and allowances and account number 5062300 golf course postage and printing for the purchase of additional scorecards.
Mr. Lee, you're moving for the second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Councilman Childreth moves for a second reading, seconded by Mr. Lee. Did you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think everybody's aware about the success of the golf course this year, and we are about 4,000 rounds ahead of last year at this time, and we have this unfortunate need to print some additional scorecards. So this is a $200 transfer so that we'll have plenty of scorecards to get through the year. So I appreciate 3 readings tonight so they can get it ordered.
Right. Perfect. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $200 from account number 5062100 golf course uniforms and allowances to account number 5062300 golf course postage and printing for the purchase of additional scorecards.
Councilman Lee moves for a third reading, seconded by Mr. Childreth. Roll call, please.
Siam? Lee? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth? Yes. Pagano?
Yes.
Parson? Yes. Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $200 from account number 5062100 golf course uniforms and allowances to account number 5062300 golf course postage and printing for the purchase of additional scorecards.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Siam? Lee? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth? Yes. Pagano?
Yes.
Parson?
Bill number 9306 passes and becomes ordinance number 8342. Bill number 9307.
Ordinance appropriating the Community Development Block Grant funds for the 2017 fiscal year for the City of Florissant.
Next, we'll move on to council announcements. Mr. Lee? No.
Remind everybody that Wednesday night will be our second to the last Wednesday night out in Old Town. It's going to be the Tropical Nights event. I urge everybody to come out. Also, prior to the event, we'll be dedicating another
plaque on the Walk of History to Ken Otto, and coincidentally, the Ottos are celebrating their 50th year in business. So Ken Otto brought the business here 50 years ago this year, and so this will be a kind of a double recognition for him. So look forward to having everybody out for Wednesday night. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Parson? Oh, wait just a minute. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Madam President. Once again, I want to invite everyone to come out to the, on September the 10th at 1 o'clock. We're going to have the annual Prince Hall Americanism Day Parade. It's going to be starting at the James J. Egan Center and ending at the James J. Egan Center. All Florissant residents are welcome to come by and just help celebrate Prince Hall, who was an abolitionist from the 1700s that did a lot of things for educating the rights of black children back in those days. Then also, I want to remind everyone about trying to get to know their neighbors, know your Florissant 5, your 5 closest neighbors. Everybody try to speak with them, get to know what's going on with them personally instead of just waving and just going right back into the house. And then also, there is a golf tournament that's scheduled for this Saturday, September the 2nd. It's a fundraiser for the Prince Hall Masons again to try and make donations for the youth scholarships and for St. Louis Children's Hospital. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jones?
Yes, I got a couple things I'd like to speak about. First, I got a very nice letter from a lady that's in my ward, and I want to say thank you for that. The only thing I would like to say to her is I don't work for the city of Florissant. I work for the residents of this, the residents in this city. But thank you very much for that card. It's very kind. Another thing I'd like to speak about, Shackelford. Please have patience going down Shackelford. I know there's a lot of people complaining. I drive it myself quite a few times a day. Please have patience, you guys. Half of it's done. They're working on that the best that they can. Please have patience and be careful with those construction workers out there. Another thing I'd like to give a big shout out to Tim Lowry in our police department. I was up at St. Sabina's picnic this weekend, and our police officers did a tremendous job. I sat up there Saturday evening for about 5 hours and watched everything that took place when people left and people came. Our officers do an outstanding job up there, so I tip my hat to Tim Lowry in our police department. I'd also like to give a big shout out to team, like I always do. There's always somebody hungry morning, noon, or night, you guys. They're always looking for volunteers, and they're always looking for somebody with a couple canned goods and a couple bucks to walk down there and help donate or participate, you guys. Thank you very much.
Mr. Caputa?
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, like I always say every meeting, firearms, if you own a firearm, be responsible firearm owners. Don't leave them in your vehicle. Make sure you lock them up. September 16th is Suicide Prevention Fundraiser. Very good program that the city puts on and that the commission, Youth Commission puts on. Very good program. It's at St. Ferdinand Park, September 16th. It's on a Saturday. Please join your Neighborhood Watch program. Get involved with your Neighborhood Watch. It's a very good program that the city has to offer. And lights on. We're doing a program in the city. Make sure you turn your porch lights on. Lights, some of the best deterrent for crime. So make sure you turn your porch lights on at night and leave your house illuminated. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Childress?
Thank you, Madam President. The county project on Washington Street is nearing completion. They're finishing up with some easement work and some ADA sidewalk work, and I'm really pleased with the work that Marshut's Construction did with it. And so night and day difference, especially right in front of Deerberg's and down in front of the bridge and by BJ's. The concrete was in need of repair. And also got some great news about Graham Road and St. Ferdinand, thanks to the mayor and his staff reaching out to County Executive Stanger and the County Road Department. They're going to be working on the improving the curbs on on Graham Road with St. Ferdinand. So it's a welcomed relief and welcome news. Thank you.
Thank you. On Thursday, September 14th, Councilman Childress from Ward 5 and myself will be having a ward meeting at the James J. Egan Center at 7 o'clock. I hope everyone can attend. And also, we have many openings for our boards and commissions. A lot of these only meet once a month, but we are really in need of volunteers. So if any of you would like to get involved in your city, please do not hesitate to call one of us at our City Hall. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. Usually I like to keep most of my announcements positive, but I would like to publicly express a disappointment in our neighbor, the city of Blackjack. The city of Florissant asked them for a very reasonable courtesy, and they gave us a rejection without any explanation. And I just thought that we were better neighbors than that. On Saturday, September 9th, we have our disc golf tournament at Dunnigan Park. It's very well attended. If you're a disc golf player, there's different flights for different skill levels. I've attended the last couple of years. Once as a participant, came in last place. So the following year I just watched. And it was very, very well attended and really good skill levels, and congratulations to all the participants. So if you're a disc golfer, come September 9th to Dunnigan. On 9/11, we will have a remembrance. We're one of the few communities that still have a 9/11 ceremony. Robert Parson, our council member from Ward 8, who's a Navy Seabee Reserve veteran, will be making the remarks. Apologize, but I will be out of town with a few other council members attending the Missouri Municipal League, and I'm grateful that council member Parsons is able to make those remarks. The senior town hall meeting is scheduled for September 14th. Doors open at 8:45, and that's a tradition that started by Mayor Lowry and very well attended. And suicide prevention awareness fundraiser is Saturday, September 16th at St. Ferdinand Park. I believe they're going to have a night run this year, and one that starts at 7 o'clock p.m. And they'll have glow shirts and glow sticks and things like that, so that'll be a lot of fun. And the next council meeting is not until September 19th because of the Missouri Municipal League that several of us will be attending. Thank you.
Thank you. I will repeat him that the next council meeting of the City Council will be on Tuesday, September 19th, 2017. Councilman Lee moves to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Jones. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much for attending.